Hello, I'm Keith Raven, and in this video, I'm going to give you 5 great questions that you should be asking your realtor before each and every offer you put in on your new home. But real quick, before we start, if you have any questions that I have not covered here, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to answer them at a later video. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Let's get on to the 5 questions you should be asking before you put in that offer. Great question number 1 to ask your realtor before putting that offer in. How long has that house been sitting on the market? The longer a house sits on the market, the more motivated the seller will likely to be to make a deal. This means you might find flexibility to negotiate on the price, contingencies, terms, and credits for replacing outdated carpet, maybe a new furnace, maybe it needs a new roof or a roof repair, or other noticeable issues. Many times a home will languish on the market if it was priced too high at the beginning, resulting in the need for multiple price reductions. Your agent can look that information up. A listing that shows multiple price cuts and has been sitting on the market too long may give other buyers the impression that something is wrong with it, but that is not always the case. They may have just overpriced it when they first listed it on the market. And that gives you a prime opportunity to negotiate a better deal on the price, closing costs, and possible repairs. Question number 2 you should be asking, how much have homes sold for in that particular neighborhood? Understanding the current local market in that neighborhood will help you determine whether a seller's asking price is reasonable or way too high. Your realtor can pull the comparable sales on similar homes sold around that area and homes that are currently on the market so that you have comparisons to find out if it is overpriced or not. They can literally draw a circle within a mile radius of that neighborhood and pinpoint exactly what homes have sold for and ones that are on the market. Question number 3 is a fantastic one and one that you should really know before putting an offer in. And that question is, how much will I pay in closing costs? The down payment isn't the only cash that you'll be paying on closing day. You'll also be responsible for closing costs, which typically include loan origination fees, third-party fees such as title research, processing of the paperwork from the title company, an appraisal from your loan officer, inspections, and other administrative tasks. Expect to pay around 2 to 5% of the home's purchase price in closing costs. The disclosure, which a lender is required to provide you 3 days before closing costs, will spell out all of your loan fees and how much cash you'll need to close. Make sure your realtor looks this over to make sure no other fees such as inspections were left out. What I do is when I'm at a home and about to make an offer, I will pull up my app. I will give them a really close estimate of what their closing costs are going to be on that particular home before we even put in an offer. You want to really understand how much those closing costs and down payment are going to be before you make that offer. Great question number 5. Are there any problems with the house? Sellers are required to provide a disclosure form listing any known defects that they have with the home. But what they don't disclose and you don't know can lead to major issues later. That's why it's a great idea to get a home inspection done by a professional home inspector as soon as a purchase agreement is signed. Your realtor should know a handful of home inspectors that you can get their number from, or he may order it for you. You'll normally have a time frame to get any inspections done after you've signed a purchase agreement. So it's important to get that inspection started immediately. The inspection report outlines the home's overall condition and can help you negotiate future concessions such as repairs or seller paid credits before closing the deal. Question number 5, what's included in the sale of this home? Anything that's considered a fixture is typically included when purchasing a home. Think about cabinets, faucets, window blinds, light fixtures, things like that. So things that are fixed on the home. However, there could be items that you think are included but actually aren't. This depends on your state's laws. The listing description should spell out anything the seller is not including, but that's not always the case. Make sure you ask in your offer what is and isn't included with the home. If you're not sure, ask your realtor. They'll contact the listing agent and confirm anything. So do you really want that washer and dryer or that stainless steel refrigerator or microwave or oven, things like that? confirm whether the seller is willing to throw these items into the deal, and then write them into your purchase agreement to make sure that that's the case. So those are just 5 questions you should be asking. Certainly there are many, many more questions to ask. If you have any, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them for you or message me. I'll see you on the next video.